Welcome, friends, countrymen, uh, the collective, everyone and anyone who will view this and hear this word spoken, to my personal dragon's lair, the belly of the beast itself. I tried to make it all a bit more homely for you all so you have something to look at other than barren gray walls. Uh, and I do apologize for the quality of the video. I have limited resources, and so I have to work with what I have. With that being said, um, for the last 4 years, I have been observing all of you, from politicians to celebrities, all the way down to the common man. Beyond that, I have been observing reality itself and our collective understanding of it at this present time in our society. During this time, I have accumulated a plethora of knowledge in my research, especially from my dealings with other human beings. Um, as such, I have some statements to make, as well as topics to speak on. Many of these topics I will only briefly be covering for the purposes of this video, to keep everything as short, sweet, and concise as possible. We'll go over these topics in greater detail in future videos. Uh, but the intent of this one in particular, of this message, is to not only enlighten, but to warn everyone. It is my hope that this message spreads like wildfire and reaches as many ears as possible. And to all of those who will facilitate in that endeavor, I am eternally grateful for the support. Uh, I'm not reaching out like this for my sake. I'm reaching out for all of you, for our children, for their children's children, and all of the generations that will precede us. So, with that being said, this first message goes out to all of our world leaders. To all of you and to those behind the scenes, the world is watching you very carefully now more than ever before. If you are all not acting in the best interests of your people, you will reap what you sow. Your karma is of your own design, and karma is a broad brush, and those who understand it well know exactly how broad it is. With that being said, I want to make this abundantly clear. I am aware of everything that has been in the dark, from the practices of cults and covens to crime syndicates, business enterprises, and governments, especially but not limited to our government, the United States of America. I will remind you all that there is not a single nook and cranny where the active I am presence is not. And so as to not doomsay or perpetuate fear, only the truly wicked in this world need fear this omnipotent force, which is all prevailing. Now, this may go over some people's heads, and as I said before, I will cover this topic in more detail as we continue along this journey together. But we are not of this world. We are born into it. And I came here to show you all and aid you all in bringing the kingdom of heaven down to earth. Not as usurpers or as conquerors, but as brothers and sisters. The true kingdom is not limited to any one nation, people, creed, ideology, or religion. It is without borders. It is limitless. So I am indeed speaking to everyone in this regard. Jesus Christ of Nazareth was the man. Christ lives within all of our hearts and minds. And as such, I am compelled to make this video and to speak to all of you. I want to warn people, I am capable of grounding and channeling many different energies, not all of which are of this world. To all of you who know me, I want to thank you for your patience and your tolerance in the previous years leading up to this point. Um, because if it were not thanks to all of you, I may not still be here. But all of that aside, and now speaking on behalf of the common man, I urge caution when taking action in the world. Use your greater discernment in regards to what you think, say, and do. Because everything you do, say, or think has a ripple effect, which may or may not be without consequence and goes far beyond what most people understand or realize. As I said, other than observing people themselves, I have been observing our reality. And there are greater forces at play than most people realize. So, some of what I intend to do is to enlighten people on these things. As of lately, especially in the world today, there seems to be a lot of concern over many things, and a lot of what I say may put me in direct contention with different religions and of people who don't understand or share the same values as I do. But that is a risk that I am willing to take for the betterment of mankind as a whole. There are a lot of people speaking on the subject matters of the collapse of civilization as we know it and the collapse of society, uh, be it American society, uh, Chinese, Indian, Russian, especially what's happening in the UK with all of the riots. Um, you know, guys, what are you doing? Granted, I don't know everything that's happening on the ground in the UK, but the destruction of public property is not of the way. You're destroying your fellow brothers and sisters, small businesses. What, to make a point? I'm all for peaceful protest. And now you all need to come together in solidarity more than ever. And please, be safe. Do not continue perpetuating the cycle of hatred and destruction that has plagued mankind since, dare I say, the dawn of our history. It is time for everyone to wake up. While entertainment is a convenient distraction and it has its merits, and we all need to be entertained in good, lighthearted nature every now and then. But when is enough of all of the bread and circus? Are you all actually tuning in to what is happening around the world on a daily basis? Or are we all just conveniently brushing it aside because it's not our problem? Well, I hate to say it to everyone, and I don't want to be that guy, but it is our problem. Whether you want to acknowledge it or not. Remember, the generations that precede us will inherit the world. So, what we can all do is improve the state of the world and improve the lives of every individual in it. So, as I said, our children's children can live in a world that is no longer plagued by war, by hatred. No longer should we be viewing each other through the lens of race or religious creed or even ideology. Democrat, Republican, Muslim, Christian. We are all human beings. And beyond that, I know what you all really are. What is innately bestowed within every individual, regardless of status or regardless of opinion, even regardless of what you may think you know. I want to use Christ as a personal example because without Christ Almighty, I don't think I would still be here. Oh, and a special shout out to the Buddha-san, Siddhartha Gautama. We are one with the true God above all ideas of God. Not all of us walk with God, but irregardless, your living, beating heart and the universal divine intelligence which we are all innately bestowed with is of the one true God. And people need to begin realizing that within themselves and within their fellow men and women. Not only that, but there are a lot of falsities and illusions that I believe are still running prevalent in many of our societies today. Um, Harmful ideas which do us no good. Um, be it the Christians who talk about the great tribulation and, the end of the world, the coming of the Antichrist, for example. Um, I don't want to cover this topic in too much detail here, but uh, to all of you who consider yourselves to be prophets, to all of you who consider yourselves to be clairvoyants, and make no mistake, friends, uh, we as beings do have those abilities. It is quite real. It is not a myth. It is not solely of imagination. Um, but again, specifically to all of you, I would recommend we cut the doomsaying down to a minimum. It only leads to spread panic, hysteria, and fear across the wavelengths. We don't need to be doing that anymore. Now is the time for us to all come together in unison and start creating that stable reflection in ourselves that we wish to see in the world. So again, need I not preface it more? Now is a time for unity more so than ever before. Now is a time to come together to speak on the topics and the problems which are plaguing our economies, our societies, our people, from the individual level to the household to the structure of government and beyond. I want you all to begin thinking of solutions. I want you all to begin thinking for yourselves. I want you all to begin doing research for yourselves. Educate yourselves. Enlighten yourselves. I have many answers uh, to how reality works as a whole and our relation to it. I don't have all the answers, but I have many of them. But what we all need as human beings is for everyone to get on board with this. Again, to those perpetuating the cycle of hatred, bloodshed, and ignorance in the world, it will no longer be tolerated. People are now more aware than ever before. And I personally am very good at what I do, and that is elevating the conscious minds of my fellow man. And I will continue to do so. And I will continue to speak on and create solutions for all of us, from the scientific to the societal. Especially now, with the advent of AI on the horizon, um, we need to get our stuff together and everyone really needs to begin reflecting on themselves, where they stand, and how they want to be in the world. Uh, what a mouthful for my first video to be posted on YouTube, eh, guys? Uh, I also just would like to specifically give a personal shout out and thanks to, well, many different people. Um, Simply because I want to say thank you to you all, because you either had a positive influence on my life, my mind, my soul, my being, or, because you're out there actively making a difference in the world for the better. And if none of you are on this list, it's a growing list of thanks. Um, so I also may leave some names out to preserve certain individuals' anonymity. You know. Um, Aside from that, thank you to oh Lord, uh, Ryan Reynolds, Hugh Jackman, Asmongold, D Block G Unit, to all psychics, physicists, tarot readers, uh, animation studios, Gege Akatomo, Oda. Your creations bring much joy to countless individuals, which I think is something that is much needed in the world today. Uh, the creators of Guilty Gear, a video game, for those of you who are not familiar. Uh, Devil May Cry, another video game, to those of you whom are not familiar with it. Uh, Elon Musk, Joe Biden, sir, you served with honor. Thank you for your service. To Trump and Kamala Harris, good luck in the coming debates. I'm hoping to see a actual debate instead of a slander campaign from the both of you. Uh, Let this be worthy of the democratic process that America should exemplify, not only for our people, but for the rest of the world, as America so boldly set itself out to be that example for the rest of the world. Uh, Billy Carson, conscious innovator, genius, genius. The Hodge twins, uh, the cast of the Guardians of the Galaxy, uh, Mr. Beast, for your philanthropy, sir. Uh, the entire cast and production team of another video game, Soul Reaver 2. Genius concept behind it. One that has left a great impact on me, for the better, of course. Uh, the mighty power of the all prevailing I am. My Father who art in heaven, may thy kingdom come. Uh, and there's just honestly, a very large list of celebrities, which for the time being, I will leave out. I hope to either speak to you all one day or to meet you all one day, so I can actually properly thank you in person and give you all a big hug, you know. And that same love and those same hugs uh, is extended and granted onto everyone. I don't care who you are. If you see this beautiful face in the streets or, sitting down for some food, wherever, if you guys want a hug, if you have something pressing down on your minds, if your burdens are heavy, come have a chat with me. Give me your 2 cents. Let me know what's up. I will give you that hug. And hopefully, by the time we're done speaking, you'll feel lighter and your burden's alleviated, if only just a little bit. Whatever I can do for anyone. Um, Again, to our world leaders, you will have my unwavering loyalty and conviction in bringing peace to mankind. For I and my Father are one. And now you all no longer have to go through me. You can go above, around, or under me. You're welcome. Just do not make me regret standing up for all of you. Remember, it is always darkest before the dawn, and we all still have a lot more work to do, but fortunately, I do not believe that civilization nor mankind are in as dire straits as some people would lead you to believe. No. I'm not one for pessimism or nihilism. I am entirely optimistic for the future that we have, especially with AI and the idea of extraterrestrial contact. More than that, I am holding back quite a lot, but it'd be too much to get across in one video, so I am very much looking forward to telling you all what I have experienced and what I know to be true in the upcoming days, months, and years. Uh, I'm especially looking forward to the conversations that will be created based off of what I have to share with everyone. And again, to all of you who do come across this video, please spread this message. Let it be seen as far and wide as possible, because in the coming days, I have so much more to give to all of you. Emotionally, spiritually, mentally, scientifically, the list goes on. I have delved into so many areas from philosophy to natural medicines to societal issues, history, so on and so forth. I do not claim to be an expert in any of these fields, but that is not going to stop me from sharing what I know with all of you. Uh, and to those of you who actually do know me on the deeper, intimate, personal level, and you all know who you are very well. Can't wait to see you guys. If you've heard the call, don't let me down now. For those of you who do not know me, well, a rising shaft is the moniker. Uh, Frank Cesare is my name. That is my name, but that is not who I am. But you're all going to get to know me real good soon. So, with that, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, week, evening, afternoon, whenever you view this. Time is a man made construct that doesn't actually exist within the terms we believe it to exist. That may be hard for some people to wrap their heads around and conceptualize, but we'll get there. We'll get there, one step at a time. slowly and surely. Steady as she goes. I'll catch you guys later. Great talk. Have fun, be safe, don't do anything stupid. Remember, karma is a very real force in the universe. I would rather you all live in your dharma, make informed decisions, treat everyone with kindness. I cannot say it enough. Kindness. Don't be too nice. But for now, see you later, because it's never goodbye. Signing off.